Okay, moving on to the next thing here. We just were going to insert my floor plan, but I couldn't find it, so I just went ahead and located it. So what you want to do is you may have to do the same thing here, but you may just make sure you know where your floor plan is before you get to this point. And then you just type in the letter I. I allows you to insert, and then you browse out to where your floor plan is. Now mine's on my desktop, along with a lot of other content, and I'm going to go out here and I'm going to grab floor plan 1. And I grab floor plan 1, and I'm going to specify rotation here so I can drop it somewhere in my drawing. So I hit, yes, I'm going to redefine it. So I'm going to go ahead and drop this, and I'm going to go ahead and drop it somewhere right around in here. I'm going to turn off my snaps again. I'm going to drop it right around in this location here, and then I can go ahead and rotate it like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of nudge it over a little bit. Okay, and that's what you're going to do there. It looks like I have some text there, but that's going to have to do. So right now, we'll leave that alone. You could just make sure you clean up yours first if you don't want to see that. So now what I've got going on here is I have everything that I had started with. I have my property lines, and I have my setbacks, and I have my contour lines, and I have my text, and I have my elevation markers, and I have my building, my actually building that's inserted in there. Now on top of that, the next thing you want to do is you want to put in a driveway. So the driveway is going to basically be going somewhere up here. So we're just going to grab a point right around in this area and pull it up to the front like that. And I'm going to do that again. I'm going to pull it right up from here. And this is just kind of, again, just kind of approximation. In reality, you know, this wouldn't just be a guess. You know, there'd be very clearly parameters and so forth to that. But we're just going to do that for right now. And then the last thing is we want to put in some trees. And so the trees, if we go to L plant, correct layer for putting trees on, and you want to type in I for insert, and then if I go ahead and go to I to insert, there is these trees. If I go to trees imperial, and if I hit OK, the default right here is this palm tree. And what I want to do is I don't want a palm tree because palm trees are not native to our specific land. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. And when you click on this particular block, if you hit the drop down, you've got different choices. You can make it look like a anything you want to do in here. You want to make it a plan. And so here is a plan for an evergreen. And then there's another plan here for a deciduous tree. That's really the one we want to use. But I'll just show you these other ones too. There's another one here. A few different choices here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and stick with this one here, type 2 deciduous. I can go ahead and take that, and I'm going to drop it right around there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some copies. I'm going to right click. I'm going to copy this around my drawing. And I'm just going to go ahead and drop some content in here. And these may or may not be in these locations, but I would go ahead and then what you can do is click on one of these and right click and choose scale. And I can go ahead and say scale. I'm going to say 0.5, make it half its size. And so you can make some bigger trees and smaller trees just to kind of like spice it up a little bit. Right click and choose scale, and we'll say 0.8 like that, just to kind of throw it around a little bit and get some ideas there. So that is what you would go ahead and do, and those are the basics. I think that's pretty much everything. There is, of course, the text that you're going to be putting around by these elevation markers here. And so if I do that, I'm going to go ahead and make this my current layer right here. And that's now C prop. I'm going to go ahead and put in some text here. And this is going to look like this. And this is going to be EL 158.25. Okay, we got that. Boom, we got that. And that's how you're going to put those in. And then you can go ahead and you're going to copy that. And you're going to copy that from, well, we can just go ahead and see over copy. You're going to go ahead and copy that. Click here, and then go to here, and you're going to mark that. And all these different places where you see these contours. And so this one, I actually made a typo on this. This one should actually be 158.50. And then feet. And you want to put in the foot symbol, which I didn't do before. 158.75. And 158.75, and that's going to be feet. And you want to put the foot symbol behind each one. And then this one right here is going to be 159. And that's going to go ahead and double click on it and make it say 159, and we'll say feet. All right, 59 feet. And so you get the idea, I think, as far as how that works. And so that will go in like that. Okay, so that's how you go ahead and put all that information in there. And so you've got that. I think that's about it. And then one last thing is you want to put in a radius dimension. And so the radius dimension is here, and you would go to radius. And we go ahead and click on this line right here, and we click on there and pull it down. And your radius dimension is going to look like that right there. So you're going to have that there. So that is, I think, everything. And that is all you'll need to do this. So it's quite a bit of detail. And then you can do a few things like trim some of these out. I'll let you figure out how to do that. You guys know how to trim. And we can go ahead and work on that. So that's it. That is the Sitework plan. And you can see that it looks quite a bit like that right there. And you did it. So that's awesome. And we are going to